Howdy, hi everyone. It's Dani Doc coming back to you from windy Cromwell. Oh my gosh. First and foremost, I asked my Snapchat artificial intelligence the other night if he listens to podcasts, and this is just like a random, thing. And he was like, oh yeah, no, I do. And I said, do you listen to Dani Doc? And it randomly, I kid you not, I could post screenshots. It says, yeah, it's a small town girl in Cromwell. No. Anyway, how's everyone been? What's their week been like? Mine has been rough as all shit, and you're about to hear about it. But this is a podcast that's for the girls. I have quite a massive female following, which is totally fine. I get that. I'm just some random chickie in small town Cromwell that has, a fair bit of, what do you call it? Experience, knowledge. I do try things, so I have a lot of pros and cons about, hair care, skincare, everything else. I'm one of those people that tries everything. So I am sitting here at this coffee table and it is covered, and I'm not even lying, it's covered in products that I've taken from my bathroom and my, what do you call that thing? My dresser. I've even tried to minimize what I'm going to talk about tonight to the majors. I've literally halved the table. I'm like, right, you guys don't make the cut. But no, we'll get to that soon. I just wanted to, first and foremost, give a bit of an update on the past weekend. It was a bit of a rough one, not going to lie. We had a bit of an assault that happened at the Vic. And I just want everyone to keep our dear friend who got involved in their thoughts, because he's had to have jaw surgery to rewire basically everything, and he's got forks and screws in his face. He is a dear friend of ours. We do love him, and he is currently on his way up to the North Island to recover with his parents, who I have spent the afternoon with, just, letting them know that once he does come back for recovery, he gets the utmost support from myself and from all of us down here in Cromwell. We wish you all the best for your recovery, and I hope that they catch the people that were involved, because fuck, it was bad. For me, it was bad because I went to check on him, because obviously, we look out for each other when we're at the pub, as we all do. We're quite a tight-knit community. And I couldn't find him, and I went outside and I thought, why is there a police car there? Well, the assault had already happened and he was just waiting for the ambulance, basically. And I had to, just compose myself as such, and it wasn't easy to do, considering we'd actually come from a house party and we were supporting the girls playing hockey. We'd had a couple of drinks. And as everyone was dispersing, because this had happened and the pub got locked up, people weren't aware that it was actually our friend that got assaulted, and I tried to stay with him as best I could. However, I couldn't travel in the ambulance to Dunstan Hospital because I was considered too intoxicated. But I'm thinking, I've seen those emergency A&E shows, and there's been way worse people that have been destructive in emergency sort of environments like hospitals. And here's me just trying to keep it together and make sure that he's okay. I was actually looking for his tooth in the gutter, but oh my God, I think I've got PTSD. It was terrible, and I just, it's going to take a while to get over this, and I'm putting an absolute boycott. I'm going back to the pub for the foreseeable future, and it's just, I hope that they catch the people that were involved, but I'll leave that to the police. We just need to get on with his recovery and make sure that, he gets the support that he needs, and we will never let this happen again. So that's what's happened. I'm not really going to go into it too much more. It's not my story to tell, and it's not, something I want to give sort of any sort of indication, as to what's going on or whatever. But I'm quite close with himself and his parents, so it's been hard. So all the best. We'll see you in 10 days. If longer, take longer. Take your bloody medication, and I'll see you soon, mate. Massive love from us all at the Dani Doc community. So what's the goss on their celebrity gossip? I know I touched on that on my Instagram post as to what we were going to talk about today. So what's everyone talking about? For me, I was briefly entertained by the Met outfits yesterday. I think the whole Karl Lagerfeld, what do you even call that? Was it Karl's? Oh, everyone had to like go in theme, and I just think it was quite a cool theme. They were all really like eclectic outfits. Um, I am absolutely here for Lizzo and her partner. I mean, she is like the best hype girl for everyone. So to see her with a man on her arm, I was like, yeah, girl, get it. I was there for the Kardashians look as per usual, but I was more interested in what Pete Davidson was going to be saying to Kim Kardashian. But it seems that Kimmy has been, seen on the side eye to old Usher. Usher's got a girlfriend, so what's going to happen there? I don't know. And our own like Taka Waititi was up there with Rita Ora, and I'm like, yes, give us his looks. He was quite smart, and she looks stunning. I actually thought that was Beyonce from a distance. I was like, hang on a minute. Oh no, wait. I am not the biggest Rihanna fan, so to think that they actually like made the grand entrance of ASAP Rocky and Rihanna at the end there, I was like, oh, that outfit's a bit of a wedding cake disaster. Not my favourite. What would I say my favourite was? Well, Blake Lively wasn't there this year, so kind of coasted over her being the best. I don't really think I did have a favourite, to be fair. We'll come back to that. But yeah, and the other thing was the Vanderpump Rules, if anyone's been following that drama on Bravo. Oh my gosh. The finale, it's going to be released in America probably next Wednesday, and that's when it all sort of gets revealed about the two Toms and Ariana's partner Tom having an affair with Rachel. I mean, I followed Vanderpump for I think it's 9 years. Like, someone dated it back that, that TV show has been on for 9 years. But, whoa, man, no one could see that curveball coming this year. So, I'm absolutely here for that reunion, and that celebrity gossip is still kind of keeping me up at night. But basically, I think Ariana is one of the lead girls from Vanderpump Rules, and she had been in a relationship with Tom. She even went as far as freezing her eggs and almost getting them inseminated by Tom. And Tom, on the side, was having an affair with this terrible waitress with Bambi eyes called Rachel. Anyway, when that broke out a couple of weeks ago, it was like hectic because it's such a small show. And if you haven't heard about it, Google it and start from the start. You'll love it. It's crazy. It's just like waitresses in LA that fight. There's so much drama. It's incredible. Anyway, has anyone actually ever applied for reality TV? It's one of those things where, gosh, I have definitely done it in the past. Not since I've been back from New Zealand, but back to New Zealand. But when I was in Australia, I was actually registered on all the 10, 9, 7 websites, the channels, basically just registering interest. On Gogglebox, I actually made it as far as making the auditions. However, me and the bestie had a row at the time, and I didn't want anything to do with them. So I still have the auditions and the actual email thread that was I was going to go quite far with it. However, I didn't. And Treasure Island, New Zealand, way back in 2012, I made it quite far to get on that. But I feel like I'm one of those people that doesn't have the baggage or the drama to keep people entertained on TV. I would only be funny if something was awkward and I just, sort of look at someone. Honestly, I'm one of those people that if my mouth doesn't say it, my face certainly does. So I don't know. I have applied for MAFS, Married at First Sight, and The Bachelor. But again, no cigar. However, that new Netflix show, Love is Blind, I absolutely think I'd be the best contestant in that, because I do think it's not my physical appearance, but my personality is just that's where it's all captivating, I think, because yeah, Love is Blind is fabulous because it's two people that have a wall between them and they have to communicate and find love through that wall. And I think I've seen all 4 seasons. It could be more. I feel like the previous season was way more entertaining than the one just been. But people do find love and they do get married, and there actually isn't a Love is Blind baby just yet. However, it's actually hosted by Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey, and Nick Lachey was out of NSYNC. So it is NSYNC, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I can't even think that far back as to boy bands. But yeah, Vanessa Lachey is absolutely adamant there's going to be a Love is Blind baby. But I think if they brought Love is Blind to New Zealand, I would do everything I could to get on that TV show. I just think that's like my shoo-in, because it's kind of like The Voice, where you could sing and they can't judge you based on looks. I mean, I'm not like the ripest fruit on the tree, but I make up for it in personality. But this is the same thing, you know, you're not judged as soon as you see someone. So I think maybe I didn't make like Maths or The Bachelor because I'm not stunning, but I would have a shoe-in at Love is Blind because I'm interesting, I think. I'd find a husband through a wall. If anyone hears of it coming to Australasia, Australia or New Zealand, let me know and I'll apply. But as say, I have done all this in the past and I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not an interesting person when it comes to... Maybe I am. I have a podcast now. We'll revisit that. I actually have a line of the week and it keeps cracking me up and I'm sitting here looking at it. I've got to say it because I keep laughing. Okay. At what age does it go from I've fallen over to I've had a fall? Because I'm like, you know, 2.5 weeks out of turning 36 and I've started saying, I've had a fall. Mum is not impressed. She's like, get up, you've fallen over. She says, oh God, I feel like I'm a nana. I've had a fall. Anyway. How am I going? I've got that message quite a bit this week. People are checking in. I know I've been in misery guts these past 2 podcasts. I do apologise. I've been going through some shit and I've definitely been getting it out and off my chest, and it's been kind of therapeutic as such. I don't have any like demons. I'm not like a person that's holding on to anything, and there's just weird shit going on. So I've just been trying to like cope, and I think with what happened just on the weekend gone, sort of put everything into perspective, because quite frankly, it caught us all off guard. You know, if you think of Cromwell, you think of it as this little safe small town where, yes, things happen, I get that, but you don't go out with the like whole idea that someone's going to give you the smash in the face and break your jaw. So it's just one of those things where, this is terrible to say, but I feel like something major like this has happened and it's realigned myself, because to be told that I can't go in the ambulance with my friend who's literally his jaws hanging out his mouth was just so upsetting. To be told, oh, you're too intoxicated. I mean, far out, man. That's shit. I was kind of a little bit excited because I thought he was going to get airlifted to Dunedin, and I was like, yeah, we're going in the helicopter. Well, maybe I said that a bit loud. Maybe that's why I wasn't allowed to go. But no, I think it's realigned myself, and I will reiterate, I didn't really go into it last time when I talked about cocoon life mindset. And to me, it's day 3. I have absolutely flicked a switch, decided I'm not thinking about anyone else except myself. It's kind of selfish, but it's not. But I want to do 4 months. It's just 4 months because my beautiful cousin gets married at the end of it. And if you're not motivated by something like that, you've got to have something to work towards. Cocoon to me means that you go underground, you hibernate, and you come out looking like a butterfly. I've done this before when I first got back from Australia and it was keto. And I went February to May or June, and I absolutely just put 110% into myself, dropped 20, 30 kilos, really easy on keto. And I've started just to do things that are helpful and beneficial to myself. I'm not thinking about anyone else here. I'm just, what am I putting into my mouth? I'm not drinking any alcohol. I'm just sort of, I've actually this might be too much information, but we'll go there. You know how like vegetables are way expensive at the supermarket right now? I've started taking this supplement called Ghost Greens, GHOST greens. It's kind of, when I did my very first 12-week challenge back at, I can't even tell you, was it Queenstown Gym, when my trainer, if you listen to that podcast, he left town, he got the boot, lost his job and everything. Well, he was a gorgeous human being, and he put me on these tablets that were called, they were the same sort of thing, superfood greens or something, but it was mostly chlorella. And I don't know what that ingredient is. Maybe it's just like, what's that weird grass you used to buy at the Boost juice bar? Wheatgrass shot? Oh, yuck, I can smell it already. Chlorella is kind of like the same thing. It's condensed greens, and he used to say you had to take two to 4 tablets a day and work your way up to 10. Oh my gosh, what it does to your body. In 7 days, you're de-bloated. Everything's sort of like glowing. You're glowing from the inside out. I don't know why. So I've started on this stuff called Ghost Greens. It's day 3. I literally feel so energized. It's ridiculous. I'm glowing. There's something going on here. I'm not taking it in tablet form. It's a powder you add water to, and it's actually berry flavor, so it doesn't even taste like wheatgrass ass shots. But I'm definitely seeing the benefits, and there's a multitude of things that I'm doing, and I'm just taking every single day as easy as it comes. I'm absolutely making sure I'm getting 8 to 10,000 steps a day. And I even hurled mum outside last night because I was like, I'm 1,500 steps short. I've got to do this. And we went for a walk around the block, and she's like, you ever want to do a walk, Dani? I'm here for you. I says, yep, right, Suze, we're doing it. This morning I walked for 45 minutes on the treadmill, and that ticked up 5,000 steps. I was like, yeah, cool. What's next? I've been adding collagen to my coffee, back with the powder again. That does something weird as well. Makes my nails and my skin and my hair grow and do all these beautiful things. And I've just been like taking food really like seriously, where I'm not eating potato chips or rice or bread. I'm not doing the keto thing because it's not interesting to me, and I don't want to do that. But I am just really conscious of what's going in my mouth. I can hear you all laughing now. But I am day 3 essay, and I feel fantastic. And I've got, the rest of that time frame until I can, see some results. And it's my birthday on the 20th of May. It's 21 days to start a habit. So it is kind of annoying that the habit starts to like sink in on my birthday, and it starts to feel natural. But the thing is that, I don't know, I'm feeling so good right now that I wouldn't even say I need to start a habit on this. This is just natural. And oh my gosh, I've got my electrolyte powder. There's literally so many things on the counter that's like things to drink. I don't even know how I'm going to find time to consume them all, but I'm sort of staggering it. I'm making sure that I'm getting these there's this gut health powder as well, because I feel like I absolutely ruined myself. And that's my own fault, because I really put my friends first. And it became extremely obvious that I do that on the weekend just gone, because I watched the Goats, my favourite Cromwell rugby team, play Wakatipu in Queenstown. The first 20 minutes I managed to capture. I rushed back to get ready and meet a friend. I gave myself 10 minutes. To me, that's where I knew that I've gone wrong. Like, something's just not right when you have 10 minutes to get ready to go out for the whole night. 10 minutes is like the whole time it takes me to apply mascara. So the fact that like I dove in the shower, I chucked on some jeans, I threw my hair up, maybe it was down. I'm pretty sure it was down, because I was actually going around to my friend who's a hairdresser's house, and I was going to ask him to straighten my hair. as like a little bit of like me time, because I was like, I have to go and catch up with all my friends and I'm, running really late. I didn't put myself first, and that's where I just feel like rubbish, because I used to be someone that put effort in. And yeah, it's easy enough since the pandemic to sort of let yourself go, and I don't wear makeup down to the nightclub, and you could go down there in track pants, no one gives a shit. But the fact is, to me, I feel good if I'm dressed up. And there's just a little bit of me that has sort of dropped off because I've been putting my friends on the forefront and making sure that I get to sort of events and parties and drinking catch-ups because I love seeing them all, that now I'm just like, you know what? This isn't right. I don't feel happy, and I just want to put, 100% back into myself. And, you can't be happy in yourself if you're not doing the things you love. So to me, I had to do this cocoon life mindset where I was like, nah, it's me, and if you want to see me, message me, but other than that, I'm just looking after myself. I've got some stuff that like I have to look forward to in the other half of the year, and I don't want to put, not putting the effort into how I look at the forefront of my mind, because I've come a long way. When I got back from Australia, I was, in a really bad way, and I've turned that around. I mean, I wouldn't have even known about these supplements come, a couple of years ago. And now all of a sudden I'm like day 3 and I'm like, what can I take now? I'm so excited to like consume this. What's this going to do? Is everything going to turn to shit? I don't know. We'll try that, which is exactly what's happening. But is everyone still taking their magnesium at night? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so that to me is super important. And I think the whole weekend just gone was a recipe for disaster. I mean, yeah, there's just so much I could delve into, and I can't. I was actually almost on the way out the door with a guy, and I was looking for my friend, and I was like, holy shit, where is he? Oh my God, he's been bashed. I hate myself for it. I hate myself for it because I was focusing on other things, and I looked like, I wasn't myself. So no, if anyone wants to like have a yarn about what I'm doing or like check in or whatever, I will still, tell you all about what I'm consuming and everything else. But right now, day 3, fucking smashing it. On that note, the goats, they lost to Wakatipu 40 something. I didn't want to look at the score because it was terrible. But when I left, it was quite tight. I was like, wow, they actually could do this. Wakatipu freaks me out. Queenstown team. It's kind of like State of Origin, Queensland versus New South Wales. It's tense. And on the Queenstown team, I knew a couple of guys and our truck driver, Paulie, who was just scratching to get on the field. And, it was super exciting. But, yeah, so they lost, and then I caught up with them at the pub. And I do apologise. I was at a friend's house party for his birthday, and then we got wind that the goats had made it back from Queenstown to Cromwell, and they were at the pub, so I dove in the courtesy coach to the pub because I was so excited to see them. But why? Why am I like this? I apologise. I shouldn't have left the birthday, but I wasn't feeling myself, and I just had to get out of there. What's my drunk blunder? Well, look, I'll be honest with yous. This didn't happen on the on the weekend, but it actually happened on the Thursday, where I caught up with a friend in the broccoli section of New World, and before you know it, we're at the Vic, and it's very, very intoxicated beforehand. We were pre-drinking at his house. I don't know why I did this, but I'll let you know. I drunk messaged Jason Momoa asking him to come to my birthday party. Am I proud of myself? No. Did I show my titties? No. That's probably the biggest, messages I've been getting back has been people saying, that message you sent Jason was so PG compared to what you normally send celebrities. Excuse me, I'm growing up. However, the message didn't get through to Jason. It actually got stopped because he doesn't accept non-business related messages. I mean, at the end of the day, how much more business do you need? Come to the south, I've got a party coming up. It'll be funny. But I actually checked my Google history and I was Googling his PR team. So it could have got a whole lot worse, but it didn't. But my drunk blunder of the week just gone is that I messaged Jason Momoa inviting him to my birthday. I mean, couldn't be any worse, could it? Imagine if he turned up. Oh my God, I'd cry. Ugh. The amount of people that have tagged me in his May 13 appearance at Sylvia Park for his Fast and the Furious movie. I've honestly looked at flights and I don't know Auckland very well. It would just be a disaster. But I've also gone to one of these in Sydney where someone walked the carpet. Can't even remember who it was. It might have been like Ice Cube. Is that a person? I forget. And anyway, it was a disaster. You can't see shit. And I can only imagine if it's Sylvia Park, I don't even know what that is. Is it a shopping centre? I don't know. It'll be full. And it's just not how I wanted to meet him. I feel like he would be that sort of person that would just want to be drinking a Guinness. And that's exactly what I said in the message. You know, come to the south, no one would bat an eyelid. You can just sit at the, I did say pub, but now I regret it. And, you know, have a yarn. But I was stopped. It's fine. My wine of the week, I had a glass of this on Sunday just because I was super stressed out from everything that happened on Saturday. I'm not drinking anymore, but I just wanted to make note of my wine of the week. It is the Tucano Blanc Noir. Oh, it's a drop, I tell you. It is a mineral wine made entirely from Pinot Noir. It is a de-skinned grape, so there's barely any skin-to-skin contact. And its tasting notes are nectarine, pear, and spice. It's this light pink blush colour, and it is stunning, and I am obsessed with just anything that comes out of Tucano. It's a stellar winery located just in Bannockburn. It's a shipping container that's just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I always grab a bottle when I'm in there. It's so nice. So, also on my list of the girls, what are we talking about? Skincare. Oh, I'm sort of lucky. I'm not going to lie. My mum has a beautiful, complexion. That's the word, complexion. And, she's a redhead. She's got freckles, but, man, she pulls it off. I have my mum and my dad, so I'm kind of part freckly, part olive skin. So I always have this, glow thing about me at the best of times. And, look, it's only coming back out, baby, from the inside out. And honestly, I never really took skincare too serious because, I don't know, less was more and less is still more. So I don't have a certain type of skin. I don't, place myself in the combination or dry, oily. I would just say I was normal. However, if I had a skin consultation, that would probably be really different. But I have been in those sort of environments, and I definitely haven't had an outcome that said, oh, your T-zone's retarded or whatever, and that's that part across your forehead down your nose. So for me, how I actually got into skincare was a bit of a fuck up. I'm not going to lie. I was leaving Australia, and I actually got a really great payout from, I don't know what happened. I stopped paying my rent. They took it out of my bond, everything, those kinds of things. So I had cash in the bank, which I hadn't had for a very long time. Super exciting. Grabbed the bestie. He's a guy. Let's go to Maya on Queen Street Mall. Let's, get me some skincare before I leave Australia. And I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm going to spend so much money. This is going to be so great. It's going to change my face. Oh, fuck. I laugh about it. I walk in and I said to this lady, I'm after a skincare line that's attainable. I can keep it up, rah, rah. I wanted to up the ante. I was 30 at the time. Let's spend some money. Oh my gosh. I literally now understand kind of why Maya's going bust. She walked me to this great skincare line. I don't doubt it. I was just sort of salty at the time because I was like, this is going to be so expensive. No. And I've actually been using it ever since. So how long have I been home? 2019 till now. It's called The Ordinary. And you might have seen it around if you're in New Zealand. It's in Farmers. It's quite basic, little white containers. What do you call these things? They've got little like dripper things on the top. They're so cute. White label, everything else. And anyway, she just puts me in the lineup of like 4 or 5 bottles. It's like at the time it was less than $10 a bottle. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I can do this. And she wrote down in such extensive writing like how the actual routine would play out. Less is more. One of those things you don't get into skincare where there's like multiple ingredients in the one, container, because then when you put it on, what are you actually using? What's actually working? What's doing the job? Because there'd be such small amounts in some cases where what are you actually like applying to your face? It's kind of like a multivitamin where, you think you're taking all these different supplements and essentially you're actually taking like such small portions. It's not worth even taking the tablet. So for me, my routine, she gave me a 0.5 retinol and I'm absolutely obsessed with retinol. I did used to have, in the lockdown, I actually upped it and did 1 point for retinol. That shit is crazy. Not only is it like super delicious on your skin and it sort of sits on the top, you're supposed to apply a small amount in the like evening as part of your routine under water-based serums, but before heavier treatments, so like your nighttime night creams and stuff. But if you put it near your eyes, holy shit, like it will start burning. I put the 1%er under my eyes. It wasn't that close to my eyeballs, I'm telling you now. The week that I was flying out to Australia last June, and it took off the first layer of skin under my eyeballs, and I freaked out. Like I was psycho. My eyeballs were red. My skin was red. 1 point you're supposed to work up to. 0.5, that's where you start. So the Ordinary 0.5 retinol is definitely like my favorite thing on the planet. Your hyaluronic acid, 2% plus B5 is my next favorite. By the way, I hope you've all got some like papers and pens and you're writing this shit down because I'm not doing it again. Basically, this stuff is a few drops to the face in the morning and at night before creams. And if irritation occurs, cease the use. Nothing for me is irritated since with the retinol, but the hyaluronic acid is crazy. Like if you have little like fine lines or crow's feet or something, just sort of like keep it up morning and night and that shit goes away. I don't know what's going on with that ingredient, but it is my second favorite. And lactic acid, I have the 10%. This is my like Monday morning after the gym thing. What does it say? It actually says once a day. Oh, ideally in the PM. I'm doing it wrong. So this stuff you put on a, like a, what do you call those things? Makeup remover pad, and you wipe it over your face. Essentially, the lactic acid is taking away your like, and I'm not going to say your first layer of skin because it's not that intense, but it does this really cool thing where it lifts from underneath this like glowy appearance, and it like the lactic acid just super cleans your face. Like, oh, it's the amount of shit that comes off on your makeup wipe. You're like, what the heck? It does say it can be diluted to reduce the strength until your skin develops tolerance, but I don't know. I really recommend it. That lactic acid, you can get it in like all types of brands, but just like if you're going to do lactic acid, don't get any other ingredient in the container except lactic acid. It is powerful, and as I say, if you wipe it over, just like wipe it over, leave it, don't touch it. I do a skin cycling regime where on a Monday I use lactic acid, On the Tuesday, I use hyaluronic acid. And on the Wednesday, I use something super like heavy, like, what's this? This is my Glow Recipe niacinamide. Oh my God, I can't say this word. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Dew Drops. So if you look up it's niacinamide. No, I'm not saying it again. This stuff, it's like super dewy and glowy, and you put it on like the Wednesday. Because you've done those other two things, so your lactic acid takes away like that first layer of skin, does this really great exfoliant thing. And then on the next day with the hyaluronic acid, it's sort of like filling in your wrinkles, crow's feet, fine lines, all those kinds of things. And then you give it some really heavy hit of some dew drops. Well, you'll be humming by Thursday. And look, we all call Thursday maintenance day in Australia. It's the day that you wash your hair, shave your legs, get ready for the weekend, all that nonsense. By Thursday, you'll be swanging. You'll be looking great. And that's all because of your skin cycling routine. You do that every week, you'll be fine. When it comes to night creams, I'm a massive fan of heavier the better, especially in winter. Oh my goodness me. There's nothing worse than like dry skin because of the climate. I mean, we don't have any humidity down south. I have to like overcompensate. So I'm obsessed with this brand right now called Origin's Drink Up Intensive Overnight Hydrating Mask with avocado and glacier water. That stuff, oh, yeah, it's a vibe. I think it's like $48 a bottle. Anyway, there's this cheap stuff from Mecca Max called Night Duty. It's a hydrating overnight jelly mask. Totally rate that. Don't know what's in it. It's just another one of those things that sits heavier on the face. So maybe at night when you've put on your ordinary and then you put your face cream on top, lie on your back and don't like let it touch your pillow until like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour after, because you don't want the pillowcase to irritate or take off, because, you know, there's nothing worse than paying all this money for skincare and, you know, not having it on your face because it's on your pillowcase. Come on, guys, sort yourselves out. I am a big fan after doing a skincare appointment many moons ago at Casey Clinic. They gave me this Murad, M-U-R-A-D, hydration prebiotic 3-in-1 multi-mist. It's actually, because I work behind a computer for most of my day, after I do like my gym sessions and I've had a shower in the morning and everything's all like hot and sweaty, but like clean, I spray on my hydration multi-mist, and I just feel like it's just like, oh, I don't even know. It does things. Murad, it makes me feel, hydrated, but super soft. However, because I'm doing this cocoon thing at the minute, I pulled out all my samples from the bathroom drawer, where they go to die. And I don't know what this thing was. It's, how do you even say it? Something 27, and it's a French skincare. It's I don't even know what it is. It's all in French. I'd have to ask my cousin. But I looked it up, and for 50 mils of it was $266. Oh, it was so bad, guys. I'm not even going to lie. The day that I put it on, I said to my mum that night, is it bad that I don't want to have a shower tonight because I don't want to wash this off? And she was like, yeah, that's sick. Get in the shower, you grot. But this like day cream was so delicious. Oh my goodness. French skincare hits differently. I'm not even lying. I was obsessed. The way that it sat on my face and made my face feel really like super supple and soft. I've never felt anything like that. And I've tried so many things, guys. Like, I know that probably I do the bare minimum, but that sample, I mean, I was like double, triple squeezing this stupid sachet thing. I was like, get it all out. It's expensive. I will look into that, and I might put it in the bio for this podcast to let you know if you want to, if you're ever in Mecca, ask for a sample. I definitely think that that's probably going to be the place where you'd get to try it. It's delicious, and I am a huge fan. I actually have a bank account, subsidiary account in my bank account where I put aside money to go on health and beauty. So quietly, don't tell mum, I might be saving up for that. Actually, no, I could ask Tom for my birthday. Imagine how that would go down. Hey, can you buy me some $260 face cream? I'm getting old. The thing is, he actually would. That's the worst part. Hair care. Oh, look, I'm the worst example when it comes to hair. I have put my hair in a top knot, a bun on my head for as long as I can remember. It's a force of habit from living in Australia. I have super thick hair. Don't even get me started on dry shampoo. That shit will turn to paste. Hate it. I hate it. But I have really thick, not so much long, but yeah, it definitely grows. But I'm super thankful. I'm not, I don't know. I go around in circles with my hair, to be fair. I feel like my face doesn't get, what I want out of a haircut. So I feel like for me, putting it up on top of my head and making an Audrey Hepburn type bun with a fringe and some little dangly bits makes me feel girly, as opposed to having my hair down. There's just a lot of it. But when it comes to like what sort of products I use, I'm a massive supporter of clarifying shampoo. I always shampoo my hair twice, once clarifying, because I do a lot of like sweaty stuff at the gym right now, Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. And I feel like it needs that extra oomph to get it off my scalp, like all the dirt and grime build up, the sweat, all that sort of nonsense. So clarifying shampoo I'm obsessed with right now is the Tresemme stuff in the pump bottle. Whenever I do clarifying products, like I've tried heaps. I'm one of those people that will try all the brands. Tresemme, I don't know, it's just cheap, it's easy. You don't have to care about it because it's only going to lift the shit out of the hair the first go. And then you use some sort of like expensive shampoo that might do the job that's non-supermarket related. So right now I'm like obsessing over sort of a toss between your Redkins and your Fudge. But it is what it is. I mean, I've done them all Olaplex. Even that K18 treatment back in the day when I had like massive product buildup on my scalp, they made me use K18 treatment, which was like $150 for like 2 little sachets. Did nothing. I was like, this shit's rubbish. But as I say, yeah, 2 shampoos and I only condition my ponytail. Look, I'm probably doing this all wrong, but for me it works because I just, I see those results. Whereas if I condition my whole head, nah, there's problems. There's problems because I have such a heavy mat of hair. I also actually have a question. I need to ask someone, when you have these larger containers in a shower for me, they're on the floor because they're heavy and I work in insurance and I don't want them going through the shower floor and causing bloody insurance claims. But because it takes us ages to get through these large containers of shampoo and conditioner, if they're on the floor under the heat of the shower for like months on end, does that compromise the quality of the product over time? If you think about it, if you're at the salon, they have them all like behind the head basin. And what am I supposed to do? Like hang my naked ass out the side of the shower just to get a bit of product on my hand to be like, I need to like prolong the life of my shampoo. No. But yeah, I wanted to ask that question actually. The other thing I sort of, because it's for the girls, touch on Shein. Look, I am your biggest advocate for Shein. I am obsessed. I had a parcel last year coming every 2 weeks. I was the worst. Shein is a brand of clothing that has been targeted because it's mass-produced clothing that, people are banging out these bloody outfits and for, next to nothing. Like they don't get paid. Their working conditions are terrible. I mean, Shein's only one example. There are actually other places that are under the same conditions, but we only sort of maybe hear about Shein. Listen, I will get like 10, 15 items a go in a bag. I know, I'm a terrible person. And I will go over every piece of clothing and look for those tags that might say like help, send help, I'm chained to a sewing machine or whatever. Never seen it. And I mean, I did buy heaps and heaps of stuff, and what's the pros and the cons? Well, I'm 6'3", built like a brick house. I always just sort of like said to mum, I'll just, buy the biggest size and then just we'll sew them in and take them in where needed. So I've never had a problem with it. I'm not one of those picky people. Like I always say to mum, because she started to buy off there as well, at the end of the day, no like two mediums are the same shape body. So of course, if you think you're a size 10 or whatever, and then you order from Shein and you think, oh, I've gone off the measurements and it's a size 10 and it fits, well, good for you. But, someone else that's a size 10 might not be the same in the same stature. So, most of the time you actually have to like, oh my gosh, something just fell down in my garage behind me, and I hate being home alone because I'm like, who's there? But no, with Shein, I think it's, I just don't see a negative in buying it. I own too many fun products to be upset about that whole company. And when you start buying from them and they start giving you like credits and, birthday vouchers, and like I will do massive hauls where I will spend $180 and then it will come down to $100 from like all the discounts and all the, dollary doos that they do. And you write reviews for your previous purchases and then they give you more money off other clothes. It's crazy. It is, not the best quality. I get that. But half the time I'm only wearing these things like one or two times, or like passing them on to friends and, passing them around. It's not just sitting in a wardrobe. There's actually like 2 bags of clothes in my boot right now that I'm like, should I take these to the salvos for winter? I mean, who wants to wear a winery dress in winter? But no, look, I would say my own experiences have been positive. I know my girly friends, they also buy from there, and we're not like bagging them out or whatever. It's just try it. And, don't let people get in your ear about it. There are companies, I mean, I remember back in the day when Apple got slandered for their working conditions, and I mean, look, everyone's got an iPhone, right? So, actually, speaking of that, on the weekend, I don't know what I was doing. My new phone was sitting next to my old phone on my desk, and this notification came up that said, looks like you're ready to change handsets. Do you want to back up your phone? And I was like, what do you mean? And I knew that my friend had said, it's easy to do, just put your phones side by side and they talk. And I was like, how does it know that it's ready to be the new phone? So I was super suspect. However, I started the process, and I have a 256 gigabyte storage on my phone. I thought, oh yeah, look, if it's going to do it through the sky, whatever, it'll be like, a couple of hours. 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. And just as I was nodding off at about 10:30, I got this email that it freaked me the frig out. It was one of those stupid hacker scam emails that basically said, I've been watching you through your front-facing camera and I'm holding, this information ransom. Please pay this $500 Bitcoin ransom or whatever, or you're going to lose access to all your accounts and social media and stuff. I was like, holy shit, my phone is backing up. Is it backing up into an iCloud, or is it backing up into this guy's like realms? I don't know where this person's from. I tried not to look too far into it, and I was like, this is happening, But I let it happen, and nothing happened. It was just a scary email, but it gave me the shits. We survived. I'm actually going to change to the new phone tomorrow, and I'm super scared. So if no one hears from me tomorrow, it's because I don't have my home button anymore and I can't work it, but we're doing it. But yeah, I mean, not nice experience considering a couple of my friends, have been hacked very recently, and everyone has had their social media compromised, and the amount of friend requests that you get, and you think, holy hell, were they not my friend before? Like, why? What's happened? And then, I've been hacked. Well, yeah, now I understand why. That's not the most common denominator type email. Like, I get it. It was very structured and gave me the creeps, because I was like, has someone been watching me through my front-facing camera while I've been like scrolling or been like, you know, having a couple of drinks with the girls? Like, what have I been talking about? I mean, I felt vulnerable. It was really scary and nasty. So, whew, I'm glad that's all over. And on that note, we're coming to, 50 minutes of a podcast. Apologies. However, I feel like you're all being completely wrapped up in what I had to say, and I hope you got something out of this girly podcast. I'm sorry if anyone from the goats is listening, my lads. I'll get back to you again shortly. We can talk more about, rugby. No, I'm kidding. This podcast is not about you. Podcast is actually about me and my dramas. But yeah, hope everyone has had a really great week and everything else. If anyone wants to reach out, as usual, I am always available. Don't know what podcast number 10 is going to be about yet. I never have an idea. It just sort of starts swirling around in my brain a couple of days beforehand. So we'll see what happens. But here's to double digits as I cheers my Fanta no sugar. Yeah, great. No. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your week from happy and healthy Dani Dot. Signing off. Love you all. Bye.